What's going on, guys? Doomwake here, and welcome back to another modern video on the channel. Before we continue, as always, if you enjoyed this type of content, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and most importantly, let me know what you thought in the comments section down below. We got some modern RCQs still to be played. I believe the season is going on for about another month or a month and a half. So let me know if you got any RCQs coming up and what you will be playing. And you might consider taking this deck to an RCQ because I got to tell you, this was a deck that I had not played before. I woke up the morning of and I was looking for cool decks to play in the challenge. Did a little bit of searching, did a little control effing and, searching through the Goldfish database, and I stumbled across this particular Mono Blue Charbelcher deck list. And I gotta tell you, kind of worked out for me. Ended up winning the challenge, and today we're going to be showcasing you that entire challenge run. Might be a bit of a long video, so my editor, you got some work to do. But yeah, I ended up crushing the whole challenge and had a ton of fun throughout it. It was a really good experience, and I think that there's some really, really sick content in within those challenges. But let's talk about what this deck is trying to do. So you may have seen Goblin Charbelcher decks before. The gimmick is that they don't play any actual lands, but they play a bunch of MDFCs, which are effectively lands that don't count as lands when you're activating Goblin Charbelcher. And Modern Horizons 3 actually introduced a whole bunch of new MDFCs. So we have some that are tapped, which is Rush of Inspiration, Waterlogged Teachings, and Suppression Ray. Most of these you're not going to cast, although I will say Waterlogged Teachings can find stuff like Whir of Invention, or Force of Negation, or maybe even Commandeer. And then the other DFCs you have are ETB, Pay 3 Life Untapped, which is 2 Hydroelectric Specimen, 4 Sink into Stupor, this one does get cast a lot, and 4 Seagate Restoration. So, a bunch of lands that only produce blue. You'll notice that the ones that ETB tapped also happen to produce a second color, because the payoff for coming into play tapped is the backside makes a second color, which happens to give you enough dual lands to support Pentad Prism in your Mono Blue deck. So Pentad Prism and Lotus Bloom is kind of our mana acceleration, so we can get to Goblin Charbelcher activation a little bit quicker. Then you have some disruption, Pact of Negation, Counterspell, Force of Negation. So a ton of counter magic, specifically when it comes to Counterspell and well, I guess we'll start with Counterspell. This is mostly just a defensive maneuver where you're holding up mana on turn 2, you counter their turn 2 play, maybe you do something on turn 3. Force of Negation, couple of things here. It's fighting over the One Ring, so if they cast the One Ring, force pitch a card. You can also play what we call a naked Charbelcher, where you play Charbelcher with not enough mana to activate it, but then you can use stuff like Force of Negation and Pact of Negation on their turn to disrupt their play that would kill you. And then on your upkeep, in the instance of Pact of Negation, you can actually respond to the Pact of Negation lose the game trigger. If you have 3 mana in play, which you probably do because you cast Belcher last turn, activate the Belcher in response to that trigger. Then you have some cantrips, Preordain to help find the combo, Mishra's Bauble just as kind of a way to smooth out and filter cards, but Mishra's Bauble is also in here because we have Tameshi, which you might associate with Tameshi Combo, where it's utilizing Tameshi and Lotus Bloom to generate a ton of mana, cast stuff like Cultivator Colossus, put a bunch of lands into play, pick up all your lands, make a bunch of mana, and keep going that way. We're not actually infinite comboing with Tameshi. Really what it is in here for is if you can combine it with Lotus Bloom, it's essentially just a 3 mana ritual that makes, upwards of 8 to 10 mana. And there's so many spots in this challenge, which you'll probably see in the video, where I said to myself, okay, I have a Belcher and some lands in play and a Bloom, maybe not quite enough, or maybe it was a Bloom in the graveyard, and not enough mana to actually combo them, but if I draw Tameshi, all of a sudden I now have 10 mana, which is more than enough to Belcher them. It's also kind of cool where it actually makes your Belcher good against counter spells, not Force of Negation, but against actual counterspell. If they counterspell your Goblin Charbelcher, and it goes to the graveyard, you can use Tameshi to return a land to then return the Belcher from the graveyard to the battlefield. Whir of Invention is in here, couple of reasons. So it's 3 mana find Lotus Bloom, which sets up perfectly. You go end step on turn 3, Whir of Invention, go get Lotus Bloom. You have 3 lands and a Bloom, that's 6 mana. Untap, play your 4th land, that's 7 mana. Well, 7 mana is Belcher plus activate. And if you have an abundance of mana, maybe you have a Tameshi and a Lotus Bloom going, and you have plenty of mana left over, you can Whir of Belcher and then kill them that way. So that is kind of what the deck is trying to do. There's one Commandeer in here, which I kind of wanted to play a second copy. It's funny enough, you'll notice this deck list is 61 cards. Before I signed up for the challenge, and then I was like, okay, let's make it 60. And then I cut the 2 baubles, added a second Commandeer, and then just wanted to play 60 cards. And I made those changes, but I forgot to rejoin the challenge. So I ended up playing the challenge with a 61 card deck. I think moving forward, I probably would cut the baubles and add the second Commandeer and just play 60. But we played 61 for the memes, and I guess it worked out. As far as the sideboard is concerned, we have a bunch of Harbingers for the big mana matchups, Subtlety for Teferis, and just other Planeswalkers and large creatures that are good. A couple of Echoing Truths to help answer sideboard cards like Pithing Needle, Stony Sounds, Collector Oof, just stuff that would normally shut off your Belcher. Spell Snare, really good card against Boros, counters basically their entire deck. 1 Ensnaring Bridge and 1 Tormod's Crypt and 2 Damping Spheres. These are mostly here as Whir targets in the board, so Whir for Bridge buys you a lot of time. Whir for Crypt can be 3 mana, instant speed, graveyard heat against stuff like Living End or other graveyard decks, Goryo's Vengeance. And then Damping Sphere is more, anti-big mana stuff to pair with the Harbingers. That's pretty much it for the deck list. Again, if you guys still have modern RCQs to play, I think this is one of the better decks in the format and one that I would probably recommend. I had a really good time playing it. It felt like it lined up well against the metagame, and yeah, makes a bunch of mana, Charbelcher your opponent for their entire life total. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this intro. I will see you guys back here in just a little bit for round number 1. Okay, so 3 lands. Preordain. Yeah, this is probably good enough, right? Pre-game actions, huh? Alright, pre-game actions have been made. Well, that's not good. I don't like that. I'm going to go for Teachings on 1 to try and high roll a copy of Pentad Prism. They're 1 per box on average. And how many Future Sight cards are there in the whole set? Should I Commandeer their Solar Transformer? I mean, it's like, it's reasonable, right? Okay, cast this. I think I go bottom, top. I just play another one of these. Are they marveling? Well, they pitched a Breach. Maybe they're doing like Breach and Marvel. They could be doing both. That is not happening. I think I'm pitching Whir Sync. That's mine. I'll take that. Thank you very much. I appreciate you casting it. It's very nice of you. It's so nice of them to give me something, It's very nice of them to give me something that I would like to commandeer. I appreciate it, Flossing. Okay. We need to make sure we can hold up Counterspell this turn. So let's do this. We have a Kozilek's Command on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Bloom's coming off next turn, right? Okay, so why don't we do this? That kind of helps. So now I actually don't have to hold up Counterspell, right? So we can go bottom this, top this, play this, Prism on 2. Well, is there any reason to Prism? No, because I just have the Lotus Bloom next turn, right? Yeah, there's just no reason to. Because now I can, like, counterspell something this turn and then Force of Negation something else next turn if I miss on a payoff. Oh no, my F2 is not working. Do I usually bring in all 3 Bale of Summers at a time when playing Ruby Storm? No, there's not... I don't usually keep one in the board for Wish. I think that there's, like, some rare circumstances that maybe you'd want to wish for one, but I haven't really found myself in a position that I wanted to wish for one before, so I usually just board them all in. No, there was no coordination, I promise. All right, this one. Go. Oh god. I need to redo my F keys because I had to reinstall the client. Oh wait, I was supposed to play Prism, right? Yeah, I think I was supposed to play Prism that turn. I'm gonna counterspell this. Yeah, so if I had played Prism that turn, I could have used the Prism to improvise, because it's basically break even, right? It's 2 mana, and then it gives me back 2 mana, but I could have used it. It's +1 with Whir, because you can improvise with it. So that was my bad. I was definitely supposed to Prism that turn. It didn't end up mattering, but I should have enough for lethal, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I have more than enough for lethal. Then we go here. Done. Pick up this. I guess I could just do this too, right? Dun, dun, dun. Go here, make white mana. Here, and this is why Tameshi is good, because it just makes a ton of mana. This is 12 mana, so we can go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Done. Goblin Charbelcher. Alright, you're dead. You are dead. Any order, please. Alright, so, most important thing real quick. I need to change my F keys. Alright, folks, what is good against Breach? What of these cards? Is Harbinger good? Yeah, I guess it's pretty good, right? They don't have that many basics. I was thinking they have the Solar Transformer to fix their mana. That can give them red or green. But even with that, it's still probably worth bringing in. And then the Bridge is nice because we can whir for that against Through the Breach. Yeah, it is awkward against Talismans, right? Oh, wait. I changed the list because the list that I copied was 61 cards, but I forgot to drop from the challenge and re-enter the challenge with the not 61 card deck list. So, I mean, I guess we're playing 61 in the challenge. Noted. 61 cards, by the way. Yeah, I don't even know if I like the Harbingers. I think I'm just going to bring in the one bridge to Whir for. Yeah. I mean, it makes it even better when I win the challenge with 61 cards, right? Like, this man is psychotic. How could he play 61 cards? Would you keep a second Lotus Bloom here? I think so. It's pretty bad if they have, like, a Chalice or something. Imagine the Chalice me. You can't have that. That you definitely cannot have. I would not like that to resolve, please. Go right on better on the years. Yeah, that one is it's gonna be a no for me. It's gonna be a no for me, dog. Seagate Restoration. Well, there's a reason I didn't pitch this one. This one I can actually, like, reasonably hardcast. Come on, man. I mean, if I don't cast the counterspell, I can't cast it, so... I guess I'll cast it, I don't know. Now they're gonna TKS me. Could have hard guessed at the C8 with the blooms. Yeah, I guess. But then if I sack the blooms to cast the Seagate, how am I casting the other thing, right? Like, we started with a very, very rough list, and I think that we've, even after only 3 matches, we've already refined it to a pretty good point. And it's just going to keep getting better. Like, that card felt so good when I played it yesterday. It's a good draw. I really wish I could hold up Sink into Stupor this turn. So I guess I punted by pitching the tap land. Because I could have pitched this instead of the Seagate. Obviously, I didn't know that I was going to have to use the counterspell that turn, but... Does this deck play the 4-mana Spell Tutor MDFC? Yeah, so it plays 4 of this, 4 of the blue-white one, and 4 Waterlogged Teachings. So 12 total tapped MDFCs. And the only reason you're really the only reason you're playing these is to have a second color for Pentad Prism. Okay. So I think what I do here is I just respond to the Lotus Blooms and bounce the Trinisphere, right? Because these are both on 1. So if I bounce this, cast both blooms, I have 6 mana. If I draw any untapped land, they're dead. I think that makes sense, right? Alright, so untapped land kills them. I mean, Counterspell is pretty good too, right? I said, yep. I mean, it's just too easy, man. I don't know what you want from me. It's too easy. Magic is the easiest game in the world. See ya. Minus 29, by the way. Dude, this deck is based. Alright, let's look at this one. Whenever I'm playing Belcher, I always have to, like, sort my hand to figure out how many lands I have. This hand does not have any mana acceleration. But it does have Commandeer and Belcher. Oh, it has turn 3 Whir for Lotus Bloom. This hand's good. Never mind, I lied. I forgot that we could just Whir for Lotus Bloom. It's kind of hot. Yeah, I forgot you can do that. Wooded Foothills. I think I'm more likely to play this than the Teachings. We're just in deck for fun. No, it's a ramp spell. It gets Lotus Bloom, dog. It's literally a 3-mana ramp spell. I saw the list that I found, Colby Faye. I found this from the top 8 of a challenge. Honestly, if I have to Commandeer, I'm pitching both Tameshis, I think. Well, that's bad. That's really bad. Okay, well that's not good. No, I just copied the list card for card. Am I fucking Commandeering a Manamorphose? This feels so bad. They're on 3 cards, though. Yeah, Commandeer lets me Whir, which is nice. I think I'm doing it. But, like, here's the thing, right? If I'm casting Whir this turn, it makes me kind of want to keep a Tameshi, right? Because, okay, so you go Commandeer the Manamorphose, make double blue, Whir for 0, and then I have 2 lands and a bloom if I keep a Tameshi, right? Even if I pitch this and don't draw a land, okay? So I have Lotus Bloom, 2 lands in play. I make white with the bloom, blue, that's 5 mana. Use 1, pick up land, get back bloom, 4 mana floating. The bloom comes back, it's +3, that's 7. 7 mana is enough for... Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just answered my own question. I can kill them next turn. Are we worrying without land? You'll see. You'll see, trust. This is how. Yeah, boring now. Now, we're at the mercy of them killing us this turn, but it is what it is, right? Why didn't I pitch Belcher to Commandeer? You know, that's a really good question, Pike. I feel like you can probably answer that yourself. Three, four, five. Oh, I forgot that I needed to spend mana on the Tameshi. Hold on. 3, 4, 5, 2, 1, 4, 3. I think I have exactly enough. I believe I have exactly enough. Blue. This. Done. Pick up this. Sack for white. Play land for turn. Done. Pick up this. Blue. Guess I had 1 minute to spare. Dude, this deck is so sick. God damn, this deck is so sick. That was a sick line, by the way. Commandeer your Manamorphose to ramp me to cast Whir of Invention. That was disgusting. Holy shit. Somebody clip that. There were so many people that were asking when we were like looking at the deck list before the challenge started, like, streamer, why are you playing Tameshi? You're not comboing with it. Well, there you go. I'll show you the, if you took a look at, did you take a look at the list on Moxfield B1, the Ninja deck? Because we built that deck yesterday. All right, what are we playing against Storm? We are playing Damping Sphere, Harbinger bad, Bridge bad, Crypt bad. Snare's good against Storm, right? These are bad, because they have so many 2s. What are we cutting against Storm? You know, that's a really good question. You got to cut 4 more cards, folks. You have to cut 4 more cards. Yeah, I guess that's true. We're not really fighting over anything with Pact. I mean, I guess we can go Belcher pass, Pact on their turn, and then upkeep Belch, but it seems like those scenarios probably don't come up that often. Yeah, that's true. They're going to be on sideboard Orange Chance. Yeah. I agree that Ray is the worst MDFC, but I don't think you can afford to cut an MDFC. This hand's good. This hand is really good. Oh, the hand actually just got a lot better too. I'm gonna hold up Snare, I think. Yeah, get out of here. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We don't need lands, right? That's pretty good. We just need interaction. That's all we need. It's scary. Hopefully we can find a counterspell this turn. Well, it might be time to 07, folks. It might be time to 07. Surely we're not dead, right? Surely we get a turn. Play the caverns, play the caverns, play the caverns, play the caverns. Don't have a land in hand, please. Just have caverns, please. Please, have caverns. Hold. Hold. Come on, Gion, give me a turn. I promise I won't kill you. I wouldn't do that to you. Do you believe me? Yeah, Sneaky Snacker seems like it's a little too slow for Modern. That's... Oh, wait, hold. Hold. Do they have interaction this turn, then? Is that what they're doing? Huh. Well, now I don't know what to do. Obviously, we can go for it, but like, do you believe they have a piece of interaction? Well, they're playing blue, so they could have a counterspell for Belcher. What am I doing otherwise? I can whir for Daybig Sphere. But that's gotta just be bad, right? Do we whir at least once so we can activate Tameshi in response to a bolt? Tameshi is sorcery speed only, so you can't do that. So there's no point in doing that. Yeah, I think you just have to go for it here. I think you just have to go for it. No, but they play a Braid, which they can Abrade because they have a discount for Medallion. Well, they didn't Abrade me. All right. I mean, we're just going for it, right? If they're not going to cast the Abrade now, I'm just going to go for it. We can stop here, right? Because this is lethal. So we can play the Belcher, see what they do. Oh. Okay, well. I'll activate it. Cool. All right, well. I guess they just had nothing. I don't know. Cool. He can't keep getting away with it. All right, we are playing against Vado. Chad, no Gambas? All right, I play first. Any last-minute Gambas? Sure. I'm in. You tried to gift and it gave it to me. You're a good shot. Appreciate that. You should do the resub message now. Now, you know what you could even do, Sean? You could do the resub message and then copy paste that same thing that you said before, and then you could have Brian read it out loud. Ocelot Pride. I guess I shouldn't have given you any ideas, because now you're going to do it. Say that again. If you refresh your page in the Twitch chat at the very bottom, it should give you an option to like share my resub message, and you can check that box off and then copy, like you can paste something into that, and Brian will read it on TTS. Surely I'm countering this, right? What do you think of the Tameshi version versus the Selective Oracle version of Mono Blue Belcher? I don't have a ton of repetitions with either one, but I will say I have quite enjoyed this version. I think you can do resub messages on mobile. I think you can. What's up, JS? We are 2-0 right now. 2-0, probably about to be up a game. Is there any replacement for Seagates? The replacement is get more money. What can somebody explain to me why this card is $21? It like still is, yeah. I don't understand. Is it just Commander? True. Sean, thank you for the 2-month resub. Welcome back, Sean. All right, what do we want to do against Borosy? What is Boros usually sideboard against this deck? Snare's good, right? Snare over Pact. Subtlety, I think, is not very good. Damping Sphere, bad. Maybe E-Truth? Could do, like, E-Truth over the Baubles. Something like that, maybe. Get the 4 lands. I had 2 Lotus Blooms. So on turn 4, I played my 4th land with double Lotus Bloom in play. So I had enough mana to activate the Belcher. That's why Lotus Bloom is so good. Yeah, I mean, Blood Moon stops us from casting counter spells, which that could be relevant, but other than that, it doesn't do a ton. I'm going to keep this. You know what they might board in? They might board in Deafening Silence. This hand is kind of loose against Deafening Silence, but... Yeah, they could have Draenith. Draenith could shut off Lotus Bloom. That'd be bad. That would make this hand very bad. Okay, the Force helps. Does not help against Draenith, but it helps against, like, Blood Moon and shit. Or Damping Sphere, or any of that stuff. Sure. I'm gonna kill them before this matters, I think. One, two, three, four, five, go to 14. I'm just trying to think of... Do I want to bolt myself? You know what I could do this turn is just go tap land pass. Don't even cast the Preordain. Because I could just cast the Preordain next turn. Right? Like if I go tap land pass, spell snare whatever they play. Next turn the blooms go to 1. Preordain, find a land, maybe bolt next turn to hold up Counterspell. I feel like that's the best line. Because I don't think I want to bolt myself. And spell snare, like, is there anything that spell snare and force doesn't cover this turn? Like, what could they cast that doesn't get hit by one of these, right? Yeah, I guess Flage, but like, who cares about Flage? They get Flage their token to flip a Johnny, I guess. Yeah, Pride. I don't think I care about Pride though. 3, 6, 7, 8. So that's not quite lethal, right? So I do need a Preordain here. Interesting. I think I top the Preordain, bottom the Counterspell, because I need lands. Okay, top here, bottom here. Bottom, because we just need mana. Any land is lethal? No, we need 2 lands. Because we need a Whir for 4, which is 7, and then 3 to activate. So we need 10 mana total. We only have 8 right now. So we need to find, like, back-to-back lands. Or a Belcher. Can we Tameshi? Oh, I forgot we have mana with Tameshi. Right, okay. I forgot we had Tameshi. Well, they could have an answer to Tameshi, right? So I was, like, hoping that I could find lethal that didn't go through Tameshi, because what if they just have a bolt, then they can kill Tameshi. That's the issue. But assuming they can't kill Tameshi, then yes, we have lethal guaranteed. And we can force this turn. How'd the mill deck go, Zeriak? Okay, I don't care about that. Oh, they're dead. Oh, that's fun. Did we have fun? This is like the classic arena. I was asking you if you had fun this match. Do you think my opponent would give them a sad face or a smiley face? I feel like they would give them a sad face. Canister was right. Don't tell him that. Don't tell Canister he was right. He can't have the satisfaction. It's a sad face game. I mean, I had fun. X equals 4. I put a Goblin Charbelcher into play, and I activate my Goblin Charbelcher. Good deck. All right. I mean, I guess I'm 3-0. I don't know, man. Sand's missing a Lotus Bloom. I think I'm keeping, though. It's possible this hand just doesn't have enough interaction. Jeskai? It looks like Jeskai. Jeskai might be tough. That doesn't necessarily help me. Is it 6 rounds? That's good. Okay, bottom. Do we want to bottom this land? I'm definitely topping Bloom. Just debating if I want to draw the land after that. I kind of want the land, right? I don't mind keeping a land here. Do this. So we might be locked if we win this round. Maybe. Okay, Jeskai confirmed. Jeskai has been officially confirmed. Yeah, there's 8 undefeated, so I would assume we didn't get paired up. Yeah, they're also 3 now. The question is, how many counter spells do they have? I'm at least gonna do... I could just play the Tameshi as bait. I don't really care if they counter it, right? Is that worth it? It's kind of worth it. I really don't care if they counter this. I guess they probably just have a dead discharge in hand that they're going to use. Oh yeah, I'm fine with this. I'm able to whir for Lotus. Was that better? Maybe whirring for Lotus was better. I don't know if they have answers for Belcher. I mean, I guess Wrath of the Skies, but that one's gonna cost you. Bloom goes off next turn because it was on turn 1. So this is on next turn, which is huge. Till then, I will go. They're going to hard cast Force. I think I am okay with this. Because now we can just go here. If they have another Force, I think I'll probably Pact. Could even let it go. Because they do have 2 energy. So if they go Force Pitch, right? If they go Force Pitch and I Pact, they can go land March for 4 and be able to kill the Belcher, and then I would die to my own Pact. So I think if they force, I might let that go and then try to fight over the second Belcher. Yeah, because if I Pact here, I lose to Wrath of the Skies. But the issue here is, like, if I don't Pact now, right? If I don't Pact now... Oh, I guess I would lose to the One Ring, too. But I can Pact the One Ring. Oh, no, I have to use the Pact. Yeah, all right, I'll let it go. There's too many things that I lose to. Because I lose to Wrath and Ring. The issue is now they're going to hold up their mana next turn for a counterspell. And now I have to, like, fight over the counterspell, right? So it's like I'm giving them more options next turn is the issue. That's pretty good. So that means I have 2 pieces of interaction here, which is nice. Okay, that's fine. Yep. Should be able to beat most things, because they need 3 ways to interact, right? Okay. Yeah. Not gonna play the Sink into Stupor. Yeah, steal the ring. So they need to somehow have, like, I don't know, Wrath plus 2 counterspells? Is that even possible? Well, they have 2 energy floating, so they can Wrath for 2. I'm not F6, don't worry. Double Tidebinder. They don't play main deck Tidebinder. What? There's no shot they have main deck Tidebinder. No chance they have main deck Tidebinder. It's just not possible. Hail Mary. Sink the Tidebinder anyways. Well, I can't sink now, right? Mr. Doomwake, I want to play Modern, but can't afford to buy Flage Ocelot Pride, and I don't want to buy rings. Should I buy Blue Belcher? I mean, I'm 3-0, so if that gives you any indication, then, you know. I guess what I'm saying is yes. The answer is yes. Told me think about it. Well, I did. They sometimes main deck consign, but sleeping like a dog on the floor. See ya. See ya. The People's Cannon has been fired. You gotta say, winning with a Pact of Negation trigger on the stack feels so good. There's just something so satisfying about that. I don't know why, but it just feels really good. It's like honest magic, you know? Yeah, I mean, it's really just Harbinger, right? The baubles can go. We don't really care about these baubles. And then I guess I can cut, like, a Whir of Invention, play 3 of these. Let's try that. Why do you want Subtlety? What is Subtlety good against? Yeah, the list that I copied was 61 cards. So we're playing the whole challenge with 61 cards. It's a play it as it lies situation. It's funny because I actually cut the list that I was going to submit was I was going to cut the 2 baubles, add a second Commandeer, and play 60, but I forgot to drop the challenge and then rejoin it with the new list. So we're just playing 61. Yeah, this hand's fine. Keep this. You have plenty of time in this matchup, so you can keep hands like this. Subtlety, there's Subtlety. Yeah. If you win the challenge, 61 will be the correct number for 10 years. It already is the correct number. You're insinuating that it's not the correct number already. Why Echoing Truth over the new Gift the Tapped Fish one? It's basically, would you rather have the ability to cast it for 1 mana or the ability to bounce multiple Trinospheres or like permanents like that? So it's close. Okay, that's bad. That is very, very bad. That I don't like. Kind of scary. Kind of scary. This Tameshi is doing nothing, by the way, but he didn't find the bloom. Yeah, I mean, eventually I'll have to sink into Stupor it. Yeah, no longer have time. Time is not something I know I have anymore. I'm fresh out of time. Really? I don't give a shit about that. I mean, I guess it attacks me. What are we doing here? I don't need to sink yet, right? It is kind of appealing to sink now while they don't have 2 mana up for Counterspell, but I think I want to try and find... I want to Preordain and try and find a Counterspell so I can fight over the sink next turn. I guess I could also go end phase sink, untap, play second sink. Because I have the Pentad Prism mana. So if that's the case, we go bottom, top, and then we try and find a counterspell with this one. Bottom, bottom. I am going to be using my Prism counters here. Okay, that's something. Oh, wait, no, because now I have to... Oh, shit, I needed to keep the other sink. I fucked this up. Yeah, I messed this up bad. because now I have to play one of the sinks if I want to cast it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I could also play Teachings tapped and then try to find another untapped land next turn, and then I would have 6 mana for double sync. This is tough. This is really tough. I think it's just Teachings pass. And then we maybe have to go, like, sync and then Pact to fight over it next turn. Feels bad, though. But obviously we lose if they ult this. We just straight up lose. Okay, so what's the plan here? I mean, I guess the plan might just be pass, upkeep, sync, and then hope that we can win the fight with Pact. We die if they have Wrath. There's not a lot I can do about that, though. The other alternative is go Belcher pass, but then they just flip and find a way to kill Belcher, so that's bad. I feel like we're just dead no matter what, but Sync land is untapped. It is, but we don't there's no reason to play the Sync land untapped, right? I guess I should have suspended this. I doubt the game's lasting 3 more turns, though. Can sync and Pact and afford the 5. Well, I'm saying if they have Wrath, like if their hand is Counterspell Wrath, they go Counterspell my sync, I Pact, and then they just go land Wrath, kill my Prism, and I only have 4 mana on my upkeep, so I can't pay for the Pact. Why not sync EOT? Because they can fight over with Force of Negation, but if I do it upkeep, they can't go Counterspell plus Force. So I take more damage off the Magebane Lizard this way, but they can't force me, which is nice. They did tap their white source, so now we can't get Wrath, which is nice. Yeah, okay. Ooh, they're countering the Pact. That's good for me. They messed that up. They should have not countered the Pact. I mean, I doubt it matters because you're drawing half their deck anyways, but like in theory they maybe didn't find a force or something. But yeah, they should have countered the Stupor, not the Pact. Or like let the Pact resolve, then counter the Stupor. Surely they didn't find a counterspell, right? Yeah, Pact could have done it, or Commandeer maybe. Yeah, I guess Pact wouldn't have done it then, because they could have copied the consign. Alright, I'm off it. I'm off it. No. Yeah, Snare's not very good, because Snare does not fight over consigned to memory that well. I think it's just this. Run it back. We're going to game 3. Game 3. This hand really has no lands. I mean, it does have Lotus Bloom Tameshi, I'm just saying. Yeah, I guess it's good enough. It's not great, but I think it's good enough. Lands have been spotted. Lands secured. Emerald to 5. That helps. See, Defense Grid is really awkward in a deck like this because you yourself have so many counterspells. So it makes your counterspells and Force of Negation so much worse. But like maybe there's a sideboard plan that involves cutting like actual counterspell and boarding in defense grids. I could see it. But then like the other issue with defense grid is they can just get to like if they have 3 mana in play, they can go force pitch and pay 3 mana, you know? Countering on your turn. Not with Force of Negation. I mean, I think those are both good, right? Those have to be both good. I know there's no counter spells, but they both seem good to me. I'm going to keep them both. And then next turn we can go Teachings tap, turn 3 Prism, turn 4 go for it. Hopefully we can find a Pact. Would Flusterstorm be a reasonable card for the 75? Only thing that PM always 1-for-1s can sign. Yeah, that is a good point. It does always 1-for-1 consign. It's not unreasonable. I could see it. The Prism. See if they counter this. They don't. I like that. I like that. Now we need to find a Pact or a Commandeer. Pact or a Commandeer are probably our best outs. Like end step Whir before the combo turn, more than Prism? I kind of wanted to save Whir for a Belcher. Because we can Whir for Belcher next turn if we wanted to. I don't know if we want to, but we can do that. Like, instead of casting Belcher this turn, we could just Whir for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What do you think about that? Sink into Stupor, untapped, pass. End phase, Whir for Belcher, make them fight over that, and then untap. The issue with casting Belcher this turn is it's bad into consign. So I think casting Belcher right now is really bad. I think I'm going to just hold up Whir. I think I like that better. Whir now is worse if they have Force, right? Yeah, I'm going to hold up Whir. Preordain Whir their turn for Lotus. Well, if I Whir for 0, they just let it resolve and I only have 1 payoff. Which I think makes it worse, right? Like, I want this to be a payoff so I can force them to counter it. But if I do this for 0, it's not going to trade for a counterspell. I guess the issue with this line is they could just counterspell the Whir and still hold up 1 mana. Gross. Okay. That would have been really good last turn. That would have been really good last turn. Fuck. Huh. Yeah, right on time, right? You just preordain this turn? Surely you don't just jam Belcher. That sounds really bad. Jam it into 2 open mana, 3 cards in hand? There's no way you can jam the Belcher this turn. Well, it's getting better if we can find Pact. Pact or Commandeer. Commandeer would do it too. Obviously not this turn, but... it doesn't really help me that much. I mean, it's funny, but it doesn't help me. Right? Because their blue cards are what matter. It's a threat to eat a counterspell. They're just going to let it resolve. I guess Harbinger blocks the 1/4. It does buy me a lot more time, right? Okay. I guess that makes sense. It does buy me a good amount of time. Okay. We made their Mystic Gate better. I mean, it is still possible they have a blue-blue counterspell, but they specifically chose to not fight over the Harbinger. Like, they may just not care about this. Can run Tameshi out there. Okay, that's a little unfortunate. So I think we have to bottom that and just draw exactly Pact. Actually, I'm not sure Pact... No, Pact would do it. Yeah, Pact would do it. Unless they just have 2 counterspells in hand. I don't know. I guess maybe I should have taken the Whir for Lotus line so I can have more mana to fight over the Belcher that one turn. Maybe that was better. It was a tough game for sure. There's like a lot of different decisions I could have made. Yeah, now we don't have time. We just have to go for it and hope they have Stone Cold Nothing, which they probably don't. Xanadu, thank you for the 11-month resub. Welcome back, Xanadu. Appreciate the resub. Hope you're having a good day today. Thank you for the prime. All right, we are extremely dead. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe there was a line I could have taken with like Whir for Lotus Bloom. I have some more mana to fight over the Belcher that one turn. I don't know. That was a tough game. Very, very tough game. Sand's slow. Sand is slow. Oh, it's ultra mad. Not really mad, it's ultra mad. I think it's good though. I'm gonna keep this. Thunder Trap Trainer. No. I can take a look, Naz. Oh god, the mirror. Oh no. No. No, not the mirror. What the fuck happens in the mirror match? Your guess is as good as mine. Okay, well that happens in the mirror match. I need the land too, right? Yeah. Fall land leaves, fall land leaves. Alright, go. You want the die roll? Yeah, but my hand's not very good. And, like, we do play a lot of counterspells. Yeah, most counterspells wins. Dredgeless Dredge. Shaman, Supplier. So the new cards you have are Overlord of the Bailmark. Looks good. I like it. Alright, they hit a Waterlogged Teachings. Think it's a Thoracle win angle? I don't have Thoracle. I am not playing that card. Honestly? Nah, it's bad. Alright, go. I thought about casting Tameshi this turn. I thought about it. Is he top deck? Well, I knew it was there. It wasn't... I'm not going to say it wasn't a good top deck, but I did know it was there. Well, see, my issue with casting Tameshi is I'm 0% to cast Belcher next turn, but I guess I'm 0% to cast Belcher next turn anyways, right? Like, there's zero world which I ever cast Belcher next turn. Like, I can't ever do that. They just didn't even attack. Based. Yeah, getting really punished for not casting Tameshi last turn, because now I can't cast it. Okay. Those are both good. Wow, those are good. Huh. Okay, I think I draw the Whir first, but I'm not going to cast the Whir. Right? Because I want to draw the Pact. Yeah, I mean, I guess if I'm keeping both and not shuffling, I should just draw the Pact first. Well, there's like some weird situation where I would want to cast Whir, right? I'm just going to do it like this. Because there's zero situation I would ever cast the Pact this turn, but there is like maybe a world I would cast the Whir. You know what I mean? Turn 3, Green Overlord, ramp, turn 4, Omnath, and then fetch for 4 to 5 mana. Turn 3, Green Overlord, ramp, turn 4, Omnath, and fetch for 4 to 5 mana. That sounds dope. So I think I start with Force. Yeah, it's pretty likely they have Flare in hand. Oh, really? Well, now I don't know what to do. Now I don't know what to do. Do we just go for it? Can I go for it with Counterspell backup? I think I can, right? Yeah. Sunwing Center. Being just all around and still now and inside. So we cast the Tameshi first. Yeah, the pack got shuffled away. So now here's the question. If they fight over this, do I just let it go and slam Belcher? It's bad if they have 2 counter spells, right? Okay, I like this. Yeah, I guess that's true. I could have floated white mana. Probably would have been a little bit better. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. They didn't counter it anyways, but I did mess that up. 3, 4, 5. So we go here. Bounce this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now we just go... Hold on. Can I also cast the Rush of Inspiration? How much mana total do I have? 3, 4. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15? Well, I'm trying to think of a situation. Okay, so if I have 15 mana, right? I cast Belcher, they have a counterspell, right? I cast my counterspell, they have a second counterspell. In a last-ditch effort, I can then play... Oh, I can also do this. Right. Do I have enough mana to do that? 4... right? 4, 7, 9, plus 4 is 13. This can get packed. So I do have enough, so I should pick this up, right? And then I can go for it with double counterspell backup. Can I just let Belcher get countered and bring it back? But what if they have Force of Negation? Then I can't get it back. I'm gonna do this. I need to float... Hold on, I have to float blue mana. Ooh la la. Let me go... This is 10 mana? How much do I need? 4, 7, 9, 13. So you have to go deeper. Charlie. Kilo. I think I have to play my land too, right? 7, 8, 9. This is 12. Yeah, okay. So this is 13, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. Okay. So this should be enough. I think we're good. I'm going to leave a white mana just in case. This should be enough. All right, song request for Benjicus in the queue. I cast Counterspell. Ooh la la. I guess they could have 3 counterspells. So they're gonna fight over this. Sure, that's fine. Tameshi the Belcher. 3, 4. Oh, right. I can just Tameshi the Belcher. Right. For 5. Do I have enough mana? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, fuck. Am I 1 mana short? I think I'm 1 mana short, right? Needed to before the counterspell. Oh, if I didn't use the counterspell. Okay, so I fucked that up. I mean, what if I just let this go? And then try to do it in their upkeep? Wait, I guess Teachings for Commandeer is safer, right? Yeah, Teachings for Commandeer is much safer. Okay, we're good. I figured it out. All right. We figured it out. With Commandeer, if they stop it, they lose their whole hand. Right, but I'm saying if I go for Pact instead of Commandeer, and they have, if I go for Pact and their last card is another counterspell, I lose the game. Because they just let the Pact resolve, then counter the Belcher, and then they pass to me, and I have no mana to pay for the Pact. Right? So I would die if I did that. Oh, you weren't sure if you could redirect? So you can, it's just because it's an illegal target, it just doesn't, it fizzles basically. But you can redirect. It's just not a legal target. So upon resolution, like it recognizes it as a spell that you can target, but it just doesn't, it just fizzles basically. Why no selective memory? Because it wasn't in the list that I copied. I don't know. I know nothing about this deck. I just copied a list that looked cool. It's probably fine. Do we want anything in this matchup? Like, I don't know, Damping Sphere? Doesn't even sound that good. Yeah, Snare Counters. I guess Snare Counters the Thunder Trap Trainer too, if that matters. Could play Snare for Bauble, maybe. Bauble just kind of sucks. These Baubles are so random. I don't even know why they're in the deck. I guess they're for Tameshi, but... Try this. So late down. Alright, what is this hand? This hand has 3 lands, a Force, a Counterspell, a Lotus, and a Whir. It's pretty good. I mean, they're all tap lands, but I can't complain. You can target Commandeer with a counterspell you gain from Commandeer. Yeah, so the whole reason to, well, one of the reasons to play Commandeer is when you're, so if I play a spell and your opponent casts a counterspell, you can Commandeer their counterspell and you can change the target of their counterspell to the Commandeer. So it effectively just counters their counterspell. Because when the counterspell goes to counter the Commandeer, it'll fizzle because the counterspell is no longer there. And then your spell will resolve. It's like a very common play pattern that used to be with Misdirection in Legacy, where Misdirection is effectively the same thing as Commandeer. Well, not necessarily, but it just like it changed the target of the spell, and you would Misdirection their Force of Will and have the Force of Will target your Misdirection. Similar thing. What happens with Commandeer and Wrath of the Skies? So I didn't know this, and chat brought up a very good point earlier, where Wrath of the Skies, you pay the energy on resolution. So if you Commandeer a Wrath of the Skies, you can just choose to pay 0 energy. And I didn't know that. Okay, they didn't play a second land. Not the worst. Honestly, I think one of the most important things in this matchup seems just like hitting land drops, you know? Now, to be fair, they do have two Lotus Blooms to my 1, so... But mana seems huge in this matchup. Okay, a little late to the party. Would you play Prism or just hold up Counterspell? I mean, I guess I can play the Prism, and then worst case scenario, I can use the Prism to Counterspell. I'm not fighting over Lotus Bloom, though, I don't think. I don't think I should. Is it? I don't know. Is it worth fighting over a Lotus Bloom? They're going to have 8 mana this turn. Just going to let it go. Like, the issue is if I counterspell 1 Lotus Bloom, they can still just go, like, Belcher plus Pact or something, or Belcher plus Shoal, you know? So it seems kind of pointless. And next turn, we will have 8 mana. I mean, I'm going to counter it. The question is how. I think I start with just Counterspell. Because I'm getting the mana back from the Lotus Bloom anyways. Okay. I don't know. Am I dead? Am I dead? Alright. Shoal Pitch Flare. So we can't quite kill them because we need, what, 10 mana? Augur of Bull Ass. Bull Ass. Uh-oh. Straw Belcher. I guess they may not have a land, right? Whir for Needle. Yeah, 1 Needle would be hilarious. Are they going to counter the Lotus Bloom? I guess if they have Pact, they could Shoal Pitch Pact. And then just hope to peel a land. I mean, if their hand is Shoal Pact, they should counter the Bloom, I think. Tap all creatures target player controls. You may pay any amount of energy. If you do, choose up to the many creatures tapped this way, put a stun counter on each of them. Well, that doesn't do anything. Do I just whir main phase and cross my fingers? We know one of their cards is Shoal. Obviously, the other one could be Force, but, like, is it getting any better? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7... There's no other artifacts I can get. No, we don't have Needle. I mean, Needle would be kind of hilarious, but I'm just going to cast it now. Yeah, I guess I could work. Well, Whir on their upkeep is worse because they could have Counterspell, right? So I think doing it main phase is better against Counterspell. Yeah, so we have to do it now, hope they don't have a Force, and then hope that we... Alright. There's probably no reason to play this. Okay. Don't draw an untapped land, please. Do not draw an untapped land. I repeat. Please do not draw an untapped land. Jose, don't do it to me. Hold. Okay, your Doom 25. Who would win? Doom or Doom? It's pretty sketchy one-lander, huh? Yeah, the hashtag final boss. Is he an Eldrazi player? They might be. Like, are you saying we know this person? Like, I should put up a hand hider right now? Is that what you're saying? Before I click Mulligan? Because I'm going to click Mulligan. We beat Eldrazi earlier. Ruben says, ... You probably should put up a hand hider. All right. Well, fine. I think I deleted my hand hider, though. Hold on. Do I have one? I may not have one. I think I deleted it. Okay, we gotta fast track a hand hider. Josh says, this isn't the hand hider. Shut up. Stretched face cam. All right, fine. Then where do I duplicate? Copy. Paste. Wide. Chat, we are going wide. Devourer of Destiny. They're on Red-Black Breach? What does Red-Black Breach mean? You're feeding me misinformation. I don't appreciate it. What exactly is Red-Black Breach? All right, suspending. They had Gorios? There's no way. How are they discarding for Gorios? Talisman. Talisman. Could be anything. Could be anything. Don't worry about that. That's fine. No, there was no. We didn't see them in chat or anything. It's just we're just precautions. This is the win and in, so just a little precaution for the win and in. Hit Ugin's Labyrinto. Labyrinto. That's what they played. Okay. Go. I'm Bing chillin'. Bing chillin'. Bing chillin'. They have command. I probably have to let this go. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. I can't counter that. I mean, what counterspell? I don't have counterspell. What counterspell are you talking about, streamer? To Mexico. I've been working on my Spanish. Labyrinto. You can't counter spells. The 4 Doomclone hand hider. What, just like four copies of the webcam? That's bad. That's bad. That's real bad. Not a big fan of that. Not a big fan of that. No, Labyrinto del Ugin. Part of my hand is still showing on the right side. No, it's not. What are you talking about? I'm looking at it. You're lying to me. You're lying to me. Mexico. Oh, well. Huh. Can see the little keyboard on the bottom right. Yeah, that doesn't matter. That's not in my hand, though. It's not in my hand. It's fine. Well, this is bad. All right. Okay, I gotta count real quick. 3. Cast this. 3, 4, 1, 0. Pick up this. 3. 2. Pick up this. 5. Play land untap. 6. 5. I have 8 mana. Well, unfortunately, 8 is not enough mana. So... Why am I just... what do you want from me, man? I don't know. I don't know what you want from me. I don't know what you want from me. I don't know what you want me to tell you. I definitely did not have the Belcher in hand. Definitely drew that. Oh my god. So there was a Whir of Invention, but I didn't have enough mana for Whir because I only had access to 8 mana, and I needed 11 for, or 10, right? For 10 for Whir plus whatever, and activate. So I had to bottom both and then rip the Belcher. That's an easy bottom draw Belcher. All right, so what are we doing against Breach? Breach. The packs are not very good, so the packs can go, the baubles can go, Harbinger good, Damping Sphere good, and then we can, I guess, keep one bauble maybe. Is Subtlety good against Breach? I don't think so. Because it doesn't stop Breach, and it's not very good against their Eldrazi because they all have cast triggers. Is Echoing Truth good? Could be okay, right? Because Echoing Truth can maybe bounce like Trinisphere or something. You want Bridge? Oh, because Bridge stops Breach? Okay. Would you play Echoing Truth over Damping Sphere, maybe? Maybe the Commandeer could go? What are we commandeering? I guess we can Commandeer Breach. Now, they just said fan of the stream, good luck. Again, I don't think they're sniping. I'm just taking precautions. Just because people put up a hand hider does not instantly mean that the streamer thinks that their opponent is sniping. I actually think it's pretty likely they're not sniping, but you know, I'm just gonna have it up. Don't read too much into it though, you know. Rude. You know, I really don't want them looking at my hand. So I'm gonna do that. That's interesting. That is a very, very interesting draw step. They typed in chat, they said, you're a fracker for that. What is a fracker? Can we get a definition on what a fracker is? I'm gonna give him a sad face. I don't want to be a fracker. I drill for oil. Apparently I'm an oil driller. I didn't know that. They revealed the Juan ring. I got some bad news for you, buddy. I got some bad news for you. If you thought I was a fracker for the last play, you're gonna really think I'm a fracker now. I got bad news for you, buddy. They said gulp. Oh shit. Too good. Too good. Combat? Let's go. I'm gonna cast. Well, I mean, I probably should cast this card. Okay, this is gonna look really weird, but don't make fun of me, okay? I have my reasons, all right? I have my reasons. I have my reasons. Yes, I know I played the Prism and spent the mana. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A mana short. I will deploy the Suppression Ray. I was 1 mana short with Whir because I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And Whir for Belcher is 7, so I can Whir for Belcher with 2 left over. But I was 1 short that turn. Oh, you can only change the target of instants or sorceries? That's bullshit. Damn it. What if I wanted to change the target of Devourer of Destiny? You know? Just for now. Yeah, I'm going to. I'm getting there. Don't worry. I know. Don't worry. I got it. I got it. They have a Nature's Claim. Even if they did, I have a second Whir in hand. Uno, dos, tres. See ya. It's an easy top 8, by the way. Easy top 8. Alright, so House is an Amulet gamer. Is this hand good against Amulet? I mean, it's fine, right? There's no acceleration, but it's good enough. Are we playing Commander? No, we're playing Commandeer. Also, top 8 of the challenge with 61 cards, no big deal. 61 cards, perfect. Deck's busted. No. We can do better. I don't mind keeping a land there, but we could do better. I think I forced this. Force pitch Pact. It does kind of suck that he's still going to get an Amulet, but... Okay. Kind of wish I had kept that land now. Commandeer. What does the Amulet even do for me? It doesn't do anything. What am I doing with the Amulet? The memes? Yeah, I guess. There's a small chance I'll sink something here. I don't know. It depends on what he does. I will at least consider sinking something. Yeah, like if they had tried to Gardens the Amulet, I could have bounced the Amulet in response. Okay, well, he's not doing that. It's not nice. It's not nice at all. I mean, I can't even do this now because I just need the land, right? I mean, I want to, but I can't. All right, your turn. Sink Amulet. Yeah, but if I sink Amulet, I don't have land 4 next turn. So I think that's bad. Obviously now he gets the copy, but like even if I bounce the Amulet there, he can just go like tap this, play the Amulet, play a land, and then copy anyways. So what does it even accomplish? Like buys me a little bit of time, I guess, but I think I'd rather just guarantee my 4th land drop for this. Because next turn I can go land Belcher, pact something, and then kill him on my upkeep before the pact trigger, right? Ay. Don't you dare have a second Boseiju. Don't have a second Boseiju. Come on, dude. Don't you dare have a second Boseiju. If he plays Ring, I'm snap commandeering it. I know I need a land, but... This is the third time this challenge that I've commandeered a One Ring. Yoink! I'll take that, thank you very much. Ring finds lands. Yeah, but it also finds tapped lands. It also finds tapped lands. I mean, I guess that works because we can Whir for Lotus Bloom end step and then untap with 7 mana. So I think we just go rush pass. You know, I guess what we could do... Is there a way we go Whir of Invention for Bloom main phase, crack the Bloom, play Tameshi? I guess the problem with that line is I don't have white mana to activate Tameshi, so that doesn't really work. Yeah, bluffing Stupor is reasonable too. I don't know if he's gonna like play around the third Stupor, but... Or second Stupor? I guess second, but... You would think that with the amount of times that I've cast Commandeer in the One Ring, you would think that I would play more than one copy, but... You only need one if you draw it every time. It's the perfect one-up, right? You'd have 2 nickels? No, you'd have 3. This is the third time I've done that. Maybe only the second you've seen, but I've done it 3 times. Hope he just casts Ring. Yeah, he's dead. Vivan! Vivan! Ew, ew, ew. Is there anything he could even have? I don't think so. Incoming Force of Vigor. Bro, if he has main deck Force of Vigor, like, I just... I don't know what you want from me. I can't play around main deck Force of Vigor. Get belched. Fire the People's Cannon. The People's Cannon has been fired. How does Force of Vigor stop this? So if he had Force of Vigor on my turn, he could have forced the Bloom. Because he had protection, I was not able to activate the Belcher at that current juncture, so yeah. Okay, subtlety good. Faux show. Bridge not good. I have 3 Harbingers and Spheres? Why do I have so many fucking Amulet cards in my sideboard? Jesus Christ. Why on earth? The person who made this deck must have lost to Amulet, like, one too many times, and they're like, I'm putting my foot down. Half of my sideboard is going to be Amulet cards. Yeah, I don't mind Ashanti. It's fine. Yeah, the fact, like, being able to Whir for Crypt against the Analyst loops is kind of cool. I could buy that. I still have to cut 2 more cards, though, if I do that. Yeah. Can I shave lands? What if I shave Tameshi? Like 1 Tameshi, 1 land, maybe? There's 22 lands. I feel like on the draw, I can probably go to 21. But yeah, then again, having more lands for Boseiju is kind of nice. Like, just drawing more lands is good because they're going to Boseiju the shit out of me. Shave 2 Tameshi and a Whir. What if I told you that this was a 61 card deck? Why 61? I don't know. The list that I copied had 61 cards, okay? That's all I got for it. It's the only information that I can provide you. I have no other good response. This hand is really slow. It's also particularly bad against Boseiju. mean, I don't know. If he goes like turn 1 Amulet, this hand's not bad because we can go Force Pitch second Whir and then a double Counterspell. Like there is hands that this is. There is hands from his deck that this hand is good against, but I think we can also do a lot better. Well, if I had lands. Wait, this hand's the nuts. Okay, this is by far the best hand we've had so far. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And you get to keep one of these 3. Probably the Preordain. Because that can find second land if we miss. Oh no, the Sloth. The Sloth has entered the arena. Okay, that's not really necessary. That's probably the worst draw in the deck. Just please don't Besage me. God damn it! Okay, give me an untapped land. Thank you! Thank you! Okay, so this is coming off in 2 turns. I think you keep both of these, right? And then just pray to God. Yeah, because you can cast the Harbinger off of the Lotus Bloom. I think you keep both of these. Yeah, I agree. Need more lands. Well, we're hitting our land drop next turn guaranteed, right? It is pretty greedy to keep this, right? It is greedy. You have another Besage. So the top card of my library is another land. I guess this was a good reason to draw the land first, because then I could have shuffled the Harbinger away if this happened. But now I have to not shuffle. It's 2 Besages down though. Bro, stop attacking me with the Grazer. Can you stop? Alright, surely he doesn't have a third Besage, right? Like, it's just statistically unlikely. Statistically unlikely. Fuck you! God damn it. Fuck you! Surely your last card's not Primeval Titan, right? Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. Alright. They drew all their interaction. Good beats. Good beats. 2 Besages and Odora is kind of rough. Oh yeah, they could just go Besage bounce lane. We're kind of just locked, right? Our hand was pretty good too, but just couldn't beat the double Besage. They do usually have 4 of them post-board, to be fair. The pool. Yeah, 1 island. Against these 4 Besage psychopaths, yeah. Alright, let's go to game 3. Game tree. I think I still like the way I sideboarded. Alright, game 3. So the awkward part about sideboarding an island is the situations where they don't Besage you. I guess if they don't Besage you, you're just gonna win. Like if they have a draw that doesn't involve Besage you, they're probably never ever beating your average draw. So Mark Chalice, thank you for the 34-month resub. I want to keep this hand so fucking bad. You don't know how badly I want to keep this hand. It's so close. So close. All right, I'm doing it. I mean, the problem is if I miss and he has Besaiger, I lose the game. So, can make it a Steam Vents. That's a good point. Because if it's specifically Besaiger, then yeah, Steam Vents is probably better than Basic Island. That's a good call. Like one Steam Vents in the sideboard for the Besaiger matchups. Well, no, the problem is they can just Besaiger the Steam Vents, right? The whole point is the whole point of having a basic is they can't Besaiger the basic. So, like, if they draw 2 Besaigers, then they can still just cut you off. Wokage. It's good now. It's good now. Okay, bottom, top. Those are good. Those are good. Still loud as fuck. Is it really? Is that better? How's that? Now it's good? Okay. Halt. Please. Please don't Besaiger me. Please don't Besaiger me. Grazer. Could subtlety that. I'm not going to, but I could. Oh, God. Give me an untapped land. Give me an untapped land, please! Untap land me! Untap land my ass, please. Untap land. Untap land! Okay, good enough. Not an untapped land, but good enough. So, we Prism here. Prism tap land. Now we don't really care if they Besaiger us. Although I guess they would just Besaiger the Prism. I think we're still chilling. How much do I care about that? If my plan is Harbinger, I'm not sure I care that much, right? Turns off subtlety. Yeah, but like, why do I care about grid if my plan is Harbinger, right? Well, the problem is he can just fight over the Prism if I let the grid resolve, right? They can have Dismember. They could. So what, you just want to go Force Pitch Counterspell and then we can at least Subtlety if we find a blue card? Yeah, I guess. Because if I let it resolve, then it bricks the Counterspell anyways, right? I guess that's fine. That I don't really care about. I think I'm just gonna Windmill Slam this Harbinger and hope he doesn't have Dismember. Yeah, I'm just gonna cast this. Alright, your turn. Don't Dismember me, bro. I mean, worst case scenario, even if he has Dismember, I can still Subtlety. So it's kind of fine. That is true. Most of them are blue cards. I could probably slow roll the Belcher, right? Well... Yeah, I want to slow roll the Belcher, because this can get Forest, and then that can unlock Besaiger. Yeah. Tameshi lets you get it back. Oh, because I have white mana from the Prism? Okay, sure. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, because so even if they Besaiger this, say they go like map for Basic Forest, Belcher this, then I can just go 3 mana play Tameshi, and then with the Prism, I can have white mana to get the Belcher back. Well, I mean, if they have Besaiger in hand, they can just tutor for the Forest off of this, right? They got Forest. Cost 5. Yeah, but I have 2 with the Prism, right? So if they kill the Belcher, then I still have enough mana to get it back. Okay, well, I'm gonna pass priority. I'm gonna activate this card on your upkeep. This is like we're both staring at each other. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Easy dubs. Easy dubs. Top 4, folks. Top 4. Okay, what is this hand? This hand is 3 lands, Counterspell, Force. Sure. Okay with this. I don't know what Gabanachi's playing, but... Oh, Living End? How does this matchup go? Probably not great for me. That helps. That definitely helps. This one, go. That certainly helps a lot. Yeah, it is nice we don't have to worry about grief. Finally a matchup for Pact of Negation. I don't give a shit. Yeah, I guess we're doing similar degenerate stuff, but I have a lot more counterspells than they do. He is playing Beseiju, I would assume. But they probably only play 1 Beseiju. Like, they're not... It's also a really good draw. Let's go here. Yeah, that's true. They do their busted thing, but they still have to make it to the combat step. And like here, for example, I could just let them put 11 power into play, take a hit, and then still kill them easily, right? Okay, well, probably can't let them deal 18 to me. They don't have a land, though, which is nice. Am I ever casting the Belcher here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Belcher, they force, I pact? But then if they have double force, I lose. I guess I can do the same thing, but with a Lotus Bloom counterspell available next turn. Yeah, Beseiju too. Well, Beseiju doesn't matter, right? Because if I go Belcher, they force, I pact, and they Beseiju me, I have the Lotus Bloom coming off next turn, and I can Lotus Bloom before the pact trigger. So, like, the Lotus Bloom does beat Beseiju. Oh, right, they just Beseiju the Belcher. Yeah, you're right, you're right. Yeah, I guess we can wait a turn. Like, we're not dying next turn, so it's fine. This is a vibe for the top 4. I gotta say, this is a vibe. I'm turning this one up. Lush Portico. No, we did not play Murktide. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We still kind of lose to double force plus Beseiju, right? There's nothing I can do about that. I'm trying to think if I should go through Tameshi. But then I lose to Subtlety for no reason. What if I just go Tameshi pass? Does Tameshi not help? Well, so it generates a bunch of mana, but it's still... Oh, I guess I would just have... Do I have enough? Hold on, I'm going to count my mana. 3, Tameshi. And then I have 5 there. Okay, 3, 5 there. 4, bounce, 7, 6, bounce, 9, 8, bounce, 11. Play land, 12. 11, 14 mana, which is Belcher plus 3 is 7. 3, 4, 5. So I'm 1 mana short of Force plus Counterspell and then still being able to activate Belcher. I think what I do is just cast Tameshi. I'm going to cast Tameshi and see what they do. I might even fight over this if they subtlety it. Oh, okay. Well, that makes things a little easier. Yeah, I still have a land drop. So we go white. Pick up this. Oh, they could endurance me. Didn't think about endurance. Do we fight over this? We have 4 cards left. I think I'm going to pack this. Yeah, let's pack this. And then if they fight back, I can counterspell. Okay, that's good. Play land untapped. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I want to go 1 more activation. Pick up this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 10 is enough to go Belcher, Force, Counterspell with a mana floating and be able to activate. Yeah, okay, this is fine. I think this is a hard lock. Oh, okay, well, if they're just F6, then whatever, but I'm just making sure, you know. Just trying to make sure I do it the right way. Yeah, we want 9. Yeah, we're like going through all these permutations on like, what if they have double Force of Negation? What if they have endurance? What if they have Beseiju? It's like, what if they just have nothing? How about that? How about they just have stone cold nothing? I mean, that also works. All right, Crypt, good. And is that it? Would you bring in Bridge? Probably, right? Could do this and cut the baubles. This is top 4. I should put top 4 in the stream title, huh? How is Energy? I played Energy once and it felt like a buy. Like they just don't. I mean, depending on how many good sideboard cards they have, right? How is the Lantern matchup? We will not be discussing the Lantern matchup on today's broadcast. We're not going to face Lantern in the finals. It's not going to happen. Okay, this hand is good. I think I am supposed to put back Tameshi because I don't have the Lotus Bloom. Can this deck be Jund? Wait, isn't Jund just Boros? That's what I was told. The only other deck we know that's in top 4 is the Jeskai opponent that we lost to in round 4, I think? Yeah, we lost round 4. But I don't know anything else. Oh, they didn't play a second land. I like that. This pleases me. Oh, and I have the 2 best possibles on top. Well, you don't say. Trying to think of which one I want to draw first in case they Beseiju me. Assuming they have Beseiju, which one of these is more important? I think the Belcher. It's close, though. Oh, I can just not search. Right, I'm stupid. I can just not search. Now, the list that I copied didn't have Thassa's Oracle, so I chose not to play it. I don't know if it's right. I haven't done a lot of experimenting with this deck, so I'm not sure exactly what is correct and what isn't correct, but, I mean, the list has felt clean. It's felt fine. If they force this, I might fight. I mean, is it even worth fighting? If I just draw a lane, it's the same thing, right? Well, huh. Well, now what? What do you pitch? Pact Counterspell, maybe? Or... No, I guess you would pitch Counterspell Force. I feel like we just don't fight, though. Now to pitch Waterlog? So the issue with pitching Waterlog is what if they force back? And then they resolve they get the Prism and they don't have a land this turn. I think it's worth doing because they're stuck on lands. They did miss a land drop. So we let this resolve and then steal it back. What did they pitch? They pitched second Commandeer. Okay, so we let this happen, and then we steal back. I think this is worth it. This is insane. I mean, maybe it's bait, but I don't know. Alright. Well, we won the fight. That's good. Updated State of Modern. Yeah, if they had Dispute, it would have been bad. Commandeer your Commandeer, which was on your Commandeer on my Commandeer. No! But what if? But what if? I think I just let this go. No, you have to let this go. Right? Because what if they just have land beside you? Right? You have to let this go, I think. Okay, I wish I didn't let it go. Can I have that back? Okay, hold. I do have a lot of time. They can't have land beside you. They had 3 cards in hand, right? Force pitch, 1 card left, draw for turn, land beside you. Oh, but if they had beside you, they would have been playing lands out. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay. Yeah, I guess there's no reason to play around land beside you when they've been missing land drops the whole game, right? Okay, well, now we're fine. Yeah, it doesn't make sense for them to have land beside you when they've been missing this many land drops, right? Unless they've just been holding beside you the whole time, which could be, right? I highly doubt that's the case. Like, there's no way they've just been holding beside you this whole time, right? I'm gonna do it upkeep. Yeah, imagine they besieged me after all this time and all this missed land drops. They just fucking besieged me. Robin, thank you for the Prime sub. All right, finals it is, chat. Finals it is, folks. Now the question is, oh, the Jeskai person lost. Let's go. So we can't even, this is the only person we lost to the entire tournament. Lost in top 4, so, or top 8. We are chilling. We are Bing chillin'. This is the finals of the Modern Challenge. We are on the draw. Opponent has kept 7 cards. Finals of the challenge. I will, I think, keep my hand. Uh-oh. It's a Devourer of Destiny. I'm scared. I'm a little scared. Do we know this opponent? No, I'm not familiar with the name. Okay, my hand's not great against Devourer. It's a little slow. It's a little slow against Devourer. To be solved Modern? Yes. Modern has been officially solved. Shifting Woodland, Kozilek's Command Temple. I hope it's the slower Tron version and not Breach. Well, I mean, we can counter Karn, you know. Neither of those help. Lotus Bloom would be nice. It is not a Lotus Bloom. We can Whir on 3. I guess we can Whir for Lotus Bloom on 3, so it's not that bad. This hand's actually probably fine. Because we can hold up Counterspell on 2. And then on 3, we can Whir for 0. What'd they get? They put a Misty Rainforest into their hand. That helps. That helps a lot. I'm turning this up. This is the finals vibe. This deck is the Mac. It is definitely the Mac. Are they trying to cast... Oh, they're trying to cast... Mycospawn? They don't have 6 mana. I think they're trying to cast Mycospawn. No, I think they're trying to cast Mycospawn. You should attack. Come on, attack me! No, we definitely just go Sync Untapped, right? Well, do we? So, let me think about this. If we Sync Untapped, and they go land Mycospawn, we have to get the thing, right? We have to get the Bloom. But it is our best play if they have Mycospawn next turn. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Because then we have the Tameshi. So if we draw any if we draw either Whir or Belcher, I think we have lethal. If I don't counter. Well, if I counter, I might just go Force Pitch. Like, if they play a non-creature spell, I might go Force Pitch and then end step Whir for 0. If they command... Spawns draw. Can we Whir X2 with the Dimir land? I don't know if we have enough mana to do that. I think I let this go. I think this is fine. It's only for 2. It's kind of scary. Why? I guess that gives them mana to maybe cast a big Eldrazi. It is type number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If they have a soul land, they can Emrakul me. That would be bad. Oh no, 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 no. Okay, that's fine. That I'm okay with. It's like, please don't cast Emrakul. Please don't cast Emrakul. We dodged a bullet there. Yeah, wait, it's fine. Everything's fine. The 3/3 is like a little bit of pressure. All right, we need to find a bell chair. I need 1 ball chair, please. 1 ball chair, please and thank you. That's fine, I think. Is that fine? Yeah. Maybe it's not fine. Because if they had Emrakul, they would have cast it, right? And this could get them to Emrakul. I actually think we should counter this. Does Command exiling our Bloom blow us out? Command can only exile creatures. They can't command to kill the Bloom. Oh, from the graveyard. Yes. Yeah, that's a good point, huh? Trying to think of what I should do this turn. Like, does it even make any sense to play Tameshi and do the thing this turn? I guess I can go sack this for white, tap for a blue, Tameshi, white floating, pick up this land, return the Bloom, play this untapped and hold up Counterspell. Yeah, that is worth it, right? We get rinsed if they have a second command. Second command is so bad for us. Okay, no second command is good. Interesting. So now we could probably just Preordain, right? And then if we have to cast the Counterspell, we can just sack the Lotus Bloom. Although it's awkward because we don't have white mana. Well, I guess I can get white with the Prism later on. Yeah, we can Preordain here. I don't think either of those do anything. Yeah, Tameshi does get devoured, which is kind of awkward. I think we bottom both of these. Does not accomplish that much. Yeah, I know we don't have infinite time. I'm trying to think if there's a world where I want to, like, Specimen untapped, 4 mana, 2 for Prism. It doesn't work. No, you can only redirect instants or sorceries from the Specimen. I guess if they had Kozilek's Command, it would save it. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is just go Teachings Pass. Because in the event where we need to pick up the Teachings to get Whir for Belcher, we can just do that with Tameshi. Right? Then we can hold up Counterspell this way. It's funny, if they have Kozilek's Command, we can Hydroelectric Specimen. Wait, does that work? If Kozilek's Command has 2 targets, right? It's like exile target creature and target player draws or whatever. If they choose that mode, then I can't Specimen the command, right? Because it has 2 targets. Yeah, it doesn't work. Does work in paper. That cavern is gross. That cavern is really gross. Are we ever bouncing our own Tameshi? I don't think I have time. I don't think I have any outs. Oh, it only bounces opponents, right? Yeah. Do I have any outs? Ask if they want to split. Top deck Belcher is an out? It's not even an out. I'm just dead on board. Can bounce Devour. No, that wouldn't work. Because I can't bounce Devour and have enough mana to play Belcher. Right? Okay, I think our only out is draw second Tameshi, and then off of the cantrip off of Tameshi, draw Belcher. I think that's my only out. Oh, God, you're so close. Oh my God, you're so close. Why couldn't that just be one card deeper? Fuck. Block with dude. I have 3 cards in hand. So, well, isn't it the same thing to just bounce the Devourer? And that's probably safer, right? Because that beats command. We just go play this untapped, go to 5, bounce Devourer, go to 2. But then what else do we have? Because we have 6 mana and we're at 2 life, which means I can't draw an untapped land. So, like, what is my out at that point? Yeah, another Tameshi, I guess. It has to be exactly Tameshi. Play the Prism Grip Whir. I mean, I could use the Prism to play the bounce spell, but it doesn't change my outs, right? Prism Sync Rip Whir. We don't have enough mana. I mean, I'll do it because it's the same thing, but yeah, we have to draw exactly Tameshi next turn. I think that's our only out. And the bounce spell is safer because blocker loses to Kozilek's command. So this is much safer. And then we have to draw exactly Tameshi, I think, is our only out. All right, hold. Tameshi my ass, please. I feel like there was maybe a way I could have won this game. Should we have used Bloom to cast it and save 3 life? But then I don't have the Bloom in play for next turn, so even if I draw, you know what I mean? It doesn't really change my outs, does it? Like, is there any difference? Tameshi! Tameshi! Hold! Tameshi! Dude, what the hell? How is this real? How is this real? How is this real? You can't be serious. You cannot be serious. You can't be serious. Unreal, dude. Wait, is it enough? Oh, yeah, it's enough. Yeah. I have 1 extra land. Oh, my goodness. Unbelievable, dude. How does this happen? You cannot make this shit up. You actually can't make it up. It's absurd. You have a land drop still? Oh, yeah, that's true. I still have a land drop. Oh, my goodness. How is this real? Oh, my goodness. All right, game 1. That's how you win a challenge. That is how you win a challenge, yes. That was insane, right? That was nuts. Yeah, the D draw. Fire the cannon. The people's cannon. People just don't know about the Tameshi. Every single person, when we were talking about this deck at the beginning of the challenge, every single person in chat was a Tameshi doubter. They did not believe in Tameshi. It turns out that when a card that just adds 8 mana to your mana pool is pretty fucking good. It literally just adds 8 mana to your mana pool. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It also draws a card, yes. All right, so what do we do against this particular version of Eldrazi? This is no breaches. This is just like Shifting Woodland, Emrakul, Malevolent Rumble. Crypt you could sell me on because it like messes with their Shifting Woodland and it messes with their Emrakul Delirium. Thanks, JS. Harbinger is probably good, right? We cut the Pacts. Yeah, we don't need Pact in this matchup. So Pact out and then Harbinger Crypt in. Would you like to Damping Sphere? Damping Sphere over Misha's Bauble. Misha! No Sphere. I mean, they have 2 mana lands. I think it's good enough. Like, the reason I like Sphere is because if you can cut them off of their really fast 2 mana land starts and make them play 1 land a turn, I think you're favored in those games. Where, like, if you're both playing 1 land a turn, you have counterspells, you have, like, Charbelcher plus hold up free counterspells, so I think you're favored in those games, which is kind of why I like the Damping Spheres. I guess the 1 bridge could be okay, but they have so many answers to bridge, don't they? I feel like they have a lot of answers to bridge. But it's not bad. It could be okay. So this hand is like turn 3 Whir for Bloom, turn 4 Tameshi. I think this is good enough. It's a weird one for sure, but I think it's good enough. They did keep 7 though, and it is slow. Tritosphere kick Mycospawn. Yeah. Maybe this hand is too bad against those kinds of hands. I guess I'll play out the Tormod's Crypt. The Counterspell's a nice pickup. Why Crypt? Because they have Emrakul, and I want to try and keep them off of Emrakul as long as possible. I don't know if that's a good idea, but that's what I was thinking. Okay, so that shuts Lotus Bloom off, but... Well, and actually it shuts Tameshi off, right? That is kind of annoying. It does not shut that card off. Let's go here. Pass. Yeah, that's true. They do have a lot of consigned memories. Doesn't stop Whir. Permanent cards in graveyards can't enter the battlefield. Players can't cast non-creature spells from graveyards. No, so I can still Whir. I can still Whir. Perfect. So if they tap out, they're dead. Another untap land. Well, I found another untap land. I guess what they're going to do is end step command, untap Mycospawn. Would you counter their command here? Okay, let's think about how this plays out. The problem is, if I counter this, I can't cast the Whir. So, like, it might just be okay to let them Stone Rain me, and then I could just put the Lotus Bloom into play and say, like, okay, that's fine, you know? It's close, right? Could Whir and cast a counterspell off Lotus? Well, that kind of defeats the purpose of casting Whir, right? Because the Bloom can't come back with the Jailer anyways. Like, this shuts off the Tameshi Bloom stuff. So we can't generate mana with Bloom with this in play. I'm just gonna let it go. Look, consign the Lotus. They can't consign the Whir, though. We're gonna Whir for Lotus. Bounce it. Oh, I guess what I could do is I could set up... Oh, I could Whir for Lotus and then bounce the Jailer and go for Tameshi that way? Oh, well, now they're just dead, right? Now they're just dead. Well, that makes things a lot easier. What if they just died, you know? What if they actually just died? Command for 1 up? Yeah, command for 1 doesn't matter. What does command do? It doesn't do anything. They lost because they didn't attack with the Jailer. All they had to do was attack with the Jailer. Did I just win? I think I did. And I was promised some gifted subs, so, you know, just saying. I was promised some gifted subs. The People's Cannon. Would you look at that? Hashtag never split. Hashtag never effing split. You love to see it. Well, you can't really do any better than that, can you? You know, as I said in the intro, I think the changes that I would recommend moving forward are cutting the Mishra's Baubles for a second Commandeer and submitting 60. I mean, there was some really awesome moments in that challenge. There was the Commandeer. I drew the 1-of Commandeer against House of Mana's the One Ring. There was that turn where I just, you know, called shot the Tameshi. Just a lot of amazing moments throughout that challenge. And like I said, I had a ton of fun. I think this is a really good deck in the metagame. I think it lines up well against both Boros. I mean, the control matchup is kind of difficult. It's hard to fight over that many counterspells. You kind of saw that in the match we played against Jeskai. We also dodged the blue-black deck, which is starting to pick up in popularity. And, you know, counterspells, again, that's what this deck struggles against. But with Pact of Negation to help fight over counterspells, Commandeer, maybe you have enough stuff there. I would consider moving the Harbingers to the main deck. I know that's something that Nassif has been trying. He's been playing a lot of this Blue Belcher deck because Harbinger doesn't really affect you in the slightest. It makes Pentad Prism a little bit more awkward, but it actually kind of benefits you because your lands that would normally come into play tapped or require you to pay 3 life just come into play untapped for free, and they still make blue mana, which is all you care about. So it might be worth playing Harbinger in the main deck. Not exactly sure what I would cut. I really do like the Tameshi Lotus Bloom angle because it just gives you access to so much mana. Maybe you could consider trimming on Force of Negation because that's like a card that is only for a specific matchup. Same thing with Pact of Negation. It's really only good against the control decks. But other than that, I mean, I think you want to keep most of the cards in here, like the Counterspells, the Preordains, Belchers, Tameshis, Whirs. You could maybe trim a Whir, but... and then the sideboard, I think, needs a little bit of work. The Spell Snare is... they're okay against Boros, and they're decent at fighting over the card Counterspell. But other than that, they don't have a ton of utility. So some things to keep in mind if you're playing RCQs this season, which there's not a lot of time left, so get those RCQs in. But anyways, seriously, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, let me know what you thought in the comment section down below, and I will see you all in the next one. Adios.